Well, hello everyone. This is Grace of gbmaltese, and I thought I would do a quick WIP and chat today. I wanted to show you what I have done on this gorgeous Dreamer Designs 2.0 Life Above the Fray. You can see all the gorgeous color there. It's really shiny. I've done all of this. I'm working on this section up here. As you can see the shine, and I'll be turning this and working on it upside down in just a moment. But isn't it gorgeous? Look at that. This is absolutely beautiful. Just beautiful. So I'm going to get it turned around. Let's see. This part turned around here, and I've got my pen ready to go, and I'll pull you in a little closer so you can see it a little better, hopefully. I'm going to be working on some little triangle areas. Let me see. Let me turn my white pad on. It just helps me see a little better. I've got so much of it done that yeah, all of this is done. So it's coming out so pretty. It's just beautiful. And this has been a pleasure to work on. It really has. This has been very nice. Sorry you're having to look at it upside down, but you know what it looks like. You know what it looks like. It is beautiful. So I thought I would just come in and talk to you a little bit. I have been dealing with allergy problems, and I had no voice at all yesterday. So it's been made it a little bit difficult to get on here and talk to you. And it's been a little while since I have done a video, and I'm like, I'm going to show you what I've been working on. It's just beautiful. Very easy to work on. I'm just loving this so much. So much. The color I'm doing right now is 739, and that's the shape. All right, I hope all of you have been doing well. Right now we have tree pollen, grass pollen, and ragweed all going on at the same time. So it's kind of crazy in Texas with all of the pollen. This is the time of year where you have to start really watching out, getting out too much. And I went out and sat and watched the birds with my husband for a while on Sunday. And Monday, I guess I paid for that with the worst headache and no voice. But gosh, it's hard not to be able to get outside sometimes, you know it? Okay. So, I'm trying to think. Haven't been doing a lot because not much can do. Especially with what's going on, and then allergy problems. Because I could go out in the yard if we didn't have tons of trees and grass and pollen floating around. Just going to have to up my medication, I suppose, so I can enjoy the outdoors a little bit. I want to be outside some. Isn't this pretty? Of course, you're looking at it upside down, but it's still pretty. I'm still just really enjoying it. I can't believe I'm very close to finishing. There have been a few days that I couldn't work on it because my eyes were hurting course, from the allergies. And, you know, headache, eyes hurting. So, that put me behind a little bit, but gonna get there. I can feel it. Coming soon. If you like confetti, you would love, absolutely love this painting. There is a lot of confetti. That means a lot of changing of colors. Not sure how well you can tell that in this painting, but it is. As you can see, I open large areas up at a time in work. But you'll also notice I keep these sheets, my silicone release papers, close in hand in case I get to a sticky spot and I need to put my hand down. I don't put it off in a sticky place. I had a very smart viewer mention she wanted me to do a video on the things not to do when diamond painting. She said she has seen a lot on things to do, but she said, I'd like to see things on what not to do. So, I am working on that. I'm trying to think of a list of different things that I kind of think are important. There are more relaxing things. You don't want to have to worry about doing the wrong thing. And the main things I'll discuss in my video. I don't want to do it now because I'll have to have a few things to show. So be looking for that. That'll be coming up before long. Well, I didn't pick one up that time. So I talked about my fight with the rooster last time. Yeah, that I lost. The rooster decided to attack me for no reason. But you never know. You don't know what's going on inside the animals' heads and what they're thinking. I guess it thought I was coming in there to get his chickens, even though I've never had done it. Honey, I don't want your chickens. So I asked people if they remembered my cow story, because it's been quite a while since I told that one. And I had many people say, nope, never heard it, would like to hear it. So let me tell you about my cow story. My dad was a CPA. And as I've told you before, he and my mom had me and my sister later in life. And so my dad, he was kind of not completely retired, but we were living in Livingston, but his office was still in Houston, which is about 70 miles from here. So he'd go in once or twice a week to get his work he needed to do, and he'd work on it at home, because that's something he could do at home. Well, my dad decided to have cows, okay? When he was a boy, they had a farm, and they didn't raise cattle like this. They had milk cows, and he told us some funny stories about the milk cows. But he thought, no, I'm going to be kind of like a little rancher here. He had his big garden, and we had these cows. It was, I guess, in the spring, and I was probably 18, I'm guessing. And the way my dad did things, if there was a hard way to do it, he would find that way to do it. We'd do it the hardest way. That's how it felt, anyway. We didn't have all the equipment to run, a big cattle farm or anything. He didn't have a bunch of cows. Maybe 10, I don't know, something like that. And we had a bull. So, of course, we had babies. Well, the cows had babies. Let's put it that way. When the cows would have babies, a lot of times he would move them from one pasture to another. He had them sectioned off into 3 pastures. So, one of the cows had a baby. And he said, "Hey, Grace, come and help me with this cow." Well, you know, Grace doesn't care about these cows. They're big, okay? So I said, "Yes, sir." You better say yes, sir, to my daddy. There was no arguing. So I went out there with him. We went there, we got the baby, and my dad had me pick the calf up and carry it. It didn't weigh much. To the next pasture while my dad was leading, trying to get the mother to follow along. Of course, she wasn't going to go anywhere without her baby anyway. So that was all fine and good. We got them all moved to the other pasture, and everything was just hunky-dory. So we went in, and that was the end of it. Well, either the next day or the day after, we went out to do something out in the pasture. And it was me, my mom, my sister, and my dad. And he'd opened up one of the gates to the pasture we were going into, and I was closing it while they walked on ahead towards the barn. And I don't remember what we were going to do. All I remember is looking up. I had just latched the gate, and I remember looking up, and there was that mama cow whose calf I had touched and moved. Didn't do anything to the cow, didn't do anything to that little calf. So she sees me. I see the look in her eyes. Now, usually you think of cows, these big, beautiful brown eyes. Well, this cow, if looks could kill, I would have been dead right then. I could tell in her eyes she was getting ready to charge. So I yelled, "Daddy!" Because he would be the one that would have to help me. And right after I yelled, here she comes. Now we had these hay racks, and they were kind of like this, and they were filled with hay. They were metal bars spaced apart so the cows could get the hay in between those bars. So I'm trying to back up underneath there the best I can before she, bam, hits me, and I go, whoa, up, and I hit my head, up into the metal pieces, and I fall flat on my face on the ground. I can't move. It's like I'm partially knocked out, but I can hear things because everything was black. Of course, I had my face in the dirt. I don't know. I just know I could not move. And I could hear my sister and my dad yelling, "Get away from there!" They came running to try to get the cow away. Me, I'm just laying there. And it's, they say you can see your life go in front of your eyes. That's kind of how I felt. I really thought I was going to die. I was praying, "Oh, dear God, please help me." I just, there was nothing I could do. I couldn't move. I couldn't roll. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't see what was going on. I could just hear yelling going on. And the next thing I know, there are my sister and my dad, and they were helping me up. And my mom comes up. My mom had pretty much frozen when she saw the sight. And my sister told me that cow was trying to step on me with her hoof while I was laying down. Thank you, cow. Thank you. She wanted to finish me off. So I remember I had a huge knot on my head. I had bruises all over. I had a huge bruise on, I think it was my left butt cheek. And we're talking a huge bruise. I don't know how that happened. I really don't have any idea what happened in those moments. All I know is I was helpless and thought I was going to die. So here, like I said, they came and helped me up. I remember my arm felt like a noodle. I really couldn't use it. I don't know what had happened. I didn't go to the doctor. My dad didn't really believe in going to the doctor too much unless, you know, it was something. I guess if I was bleeding to death, he might have taken me. But he had me go in, and I could start using my arm, so I guess he figured it's not broken. I guess took aspirin, whatever, to just try to relax. I mean, I was freaked out. After that day, my dad never made me go out and mess with the cows again. My sister was so mad because she still had to go out there and help him out. But I guess it scared my dad so much. I don't know if he thought, damn, them cows have got something out on her. Better not take her again. But I remember thinking after that how much I hated cows. Oh, I did. I just, like, the only place I want to see a cow is on my plate. And I'm, you know, over that kind of part. But I do not want to be in a pen with them at all. No. I do not want to be near a cow. Those creatures are big and, you know, they're not always nice. No, especially when they have babies. If you see a cow with a baby, stay as far away as you possibly can because, oh, I just looked and I saw I'm completely off screen. While I'm doing this, I'm just talking away and not paying any attention to what I'm doing. Do not get near them. Just word of warning there. Stay as far away as you possibly can because they are very protective of their babies, and which they should be, but you know, I don't know. I guess she thought maybe we'd done something to her calf, even though she was reunited. Just, you know, she followed right there with us. And I guess she saw me as the baby thief. So, bam! Let's knock that, you know. I can just imagine what words might have been going through her mind. What does a cow think? All I know is she was thinking, cow, cow, cow. But I lived to tell the story. So, yes, my adventures with animals is sometimes not the best. I do not like big creatures any longer. Not to be in the same place with them. That was scary. It was really scary. Have any of you had dealings with cattle like that before? Or is it just me and our inexperience? Because trust me, we're not cow people, okay? We're not cow. I'm not a cowgirl. My dad wasn't a cowboy. I remember another time. My dad had this rope, and he was just kind of playing around, and he said, I'm going to see if I can rope that cow. He had no intentions of roping it. Somehow, he got that cow around the horns, and she started dragging him, okay? He was just kind of being dragged. There was nothing I can do. I'm like, oh my God, you know, what are we going to do? He happened to go by a stump, and with his quick thinking, he wrapped it 2 times around that stump, and of course the cow couldn't pull him any longer. He could pull that stump up, and he couldn't. So waited till the cow settled down, and he got the rope off of it. That was my dad's plans on being a cowboy. He never tried that again. But I still remember that. I mean, it's funny now, and I can laugh at these things. It wasn't funny then. All I could think about is, oh my Lord, how am I going to, you know, keep my dad from being dragged to death? But God was with him, and it was not his time to go. And I guess well, obviously it wasn't my time to go at that time either when I got attacked by the cow. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. So I didn't have to deal with the cows after that. Thank the Lord. I hated it. My poor sister. She had to deal with them, and she was no more a cattle person than any of us. I mean, my sister was just like, you're so lucky you don't have to deal with them. Of course, I did have to go through a little bit of agony when it happened. Did go through a little bit through that. But it was like, do I have a sign on me that says, animals, please attack me. Please. You know, attack. You know, wear a target on me or something, because we got the rooster. We got the cow. Oh, let me tell you another. These were hornets this time. When we have a big pasture, and I used to go walking out there all the time, and I wore ankle weights to, you know, I used to be real fit and all that kind of stuff. I wore ankle weights when I was go walking around the back pasture. And my husband was mowing one day with the tractor, and he came up to me while I was walking, and he said, hey, I want you to come see this. This is really something I've never seen before. And I said, well, what is it? And he said, well, these hornets are going in the ground. And when I drove by, they flew out. And he said, I've never seen anything like it. And I'm like, I don't want to get stung. And he said, they're gone. He said, they're not going to bother you. So we walk up there. Me still wearing my ankle weights, and he's walking with me this time. So we go up there to where the hole in the ground is. And, you know, he thinks that was so cool. Evidently, those hornets were still mad about him driving that tractor too close to them. Maybe he went over their home. I don't know what happened. I don't know what he did. But, yeah, they came flying out. And they also chase you. He didn't tell me that part, that they had chased him while he was on the tractor. Well, yeah, you can outrun when you're on the tractor. Okay, so this is what happens. Here they come, coming out. I was wearing a kind of like a halter top, so it had no backing to it. Obviously, I was younger. And I had my shorts on, walking, and yeah, here they come chasing after us. My husband's taking off running with his long legs, and here I am trying to go wearing, I believe I had a 5-pound weight on each foot, so I've got an extra 10 pounds I'm trying to run with. I'm getting stung in the back, and let me tell you something. When it stung me, it felt like a hot poker going down my spine, and I'm going, I'm hollering. I'm like, Jerry, he's taking off. I ended up having to stop, take those weights off, because I couldn't run fast enough to get out of there. I got those weights off while I'm getting stung, and he's not over there trying to help me. He's just trying to keep from getting stung. So that was also fun. He said, I didn't know that. I couldn't see that you were, that far behind me. I'm like, you didn't look because you were too busy running. He said, I thought one was in my shirt. I'm like, yeah, right. I'm getting stung all in my back because I was out there enjoying my day walking, and you have to show me these hornets. I wasn't real happy at that moment. I wasn't happy at all at that moment in time. I'm like, do not ever ask me to go look at anything again. That was not a wonderful moment. So yeah, I went inside. I don't remember if I went back and got my ankle weights or if I made him go back and get them. I don't remember. That's been a while. But, so, there I was. I guess I had a target on my back. Just sting me, please. I just remember running and thinking, I am never listening to what he has to say again. I will never, ever. All I could think. I wasn't happy because he's ahead of me. I'm the one getting stung. No, he did not get one sting. None. Because, if you were chasing someone, two people, would you go after the one that is the closest? Or would you go for the one that's up, further ahead? Yeah. Well, then the hornets can sting over and over and over. They're not like a bee. They don't lose their stinger. So, yeah, they can just keep on stinging you. And it hurt. I can still remember how that felt. Wow. That was just a joyous time. Joyous. So not only just the animals, but the insects had it out for me that day. But you know what? It was my husband's stupid idea. Let's go look at this. This is so cool. It wasn't so cool after I got stung. I don't know how many times. But I did not suffer any damage. I guess I'm not allergic to that venom because I did not have any reaction. I wonder what my husband would have done if I had. He probably said, oh, you're going to be okay. Who knows? Sometimes men, I'm not going to be ugly about it. They think everything's going to be okay. Like my dad with the cow, okay? Everything's good, everything's good. You're walking, you're still talking. Oh, boy. And it's always like, there's Grace. I heard she's an easy target. Let's go get her. Yeah. I was an easy target for all kinds of little creatures. Oh my goodness. I'll do a little bit more here. This is coming out so pretty. So pretty. Oh, now all the things that have happened have not been bad. My husband and I have we went swimming. Well, we went out in the boat and we took a swim. This was at Lake Sam Rayburn, which is close to the Louisiana border. And I'm not sure, part of it may go into Louisiana. I don't remember. My husband's the one that knows all about the lakes and things. And we went swimming, and I remember the water was so clear. We went out to this little island that was in the middle of the lake. And the water was just so beautiful and clear, and we could see these little fish swimming around. So we sat in the water, and we had some Fritos, and we would hold them in our hand, and they were little minnows, I believe. They would come and just nibble it right out of your hands. It was so cute. Those were nice. They weren't big enough that they could hurt you, and they had no stingers and no teeth, so they were fine. And then they'd nibble your toes, and they just nibble you all over. It was so cute, and it tickled. I've seen on TV people going to get pedicures done, and they let the fish, I guess, eat stuff off their feet. I don't know how that works. Maybe some of you have seen that before. I didn't even know where it was at, but it tickled. And I can just imagine if I was getting my feet done, that would tickle. I might be laughing the whole time. I don't know. But it was fun. The water was beautiful. So, yeah, we had good times. They weren't all horrible. I don't want you to think that. But it just seems sometimes like you're wearing this sign, come get me. I like it. No, I don't know. husband, oh my goodness, I've told you about his birds. I don't have any idea how many he has out there, but it must be 40, or maybe 40 pair. I don't know, maybe more, of the purple martins, and he builds their special houses. Oh yeah, he's come up with even his own design for the houses he has built, and people have asked him, you know, for the plans that he designed and everything, and he's always willing to share. He feels like the more people who will feed the birds, the better. He doesn't want, you know, the children of the future to not have the animals to see. That we need to take care of this earth better. And he's right, we do. And he said we need to show other people. He would love to go to schools and show them how to set up these bird houses and maybe set one up for the kids to watch. I don't know, maybe that's something he will do one day. I don't know. When I was teaching, it wasn't something I really thought about. It would take he's still working. He's going to need to wait till he retires. He can't retire just yet. He's not old enough. As a teacher, my age and my years of service had to equal a certain age, and I went over the age I had to go because I enjoyed teaching, but it got to the point where the paperwork and all of the other crap that goes with it was getting to be, no. I just no more. And, talking about, because, yeah, no, I'm always going to talk about Isaac. He came to me when he first got here from Honduras, and I taught him English. Well, he's in boot camp, still in Marine boot camp. I got a letter from him on Saturday. I was so excited. And he told me that they've moved now to Camp Pendleton for this part of the course. I'm not sure what all they're doing. So when I send letters, it will take a couple of, because you send it to the same place and then they just send it on. And it would take a couple of days longer. But I cannot believe, I think like maybe 2 more weeks. And then he does Crucible Week, which will, if he passes everything there, he will get his globe and anchor in the next week. He'll have graduation. Now, with the virus going around, the chances of it being an open or public graduation are very slim. But they are going to air it. They've been doing all the graduations on Facebook, and I follow that Facebook page and look to see if I can ever see pictures of them. And sometimes I think I do. But he always writes such sweet letters, and he said he's doing good, and he likes Camp Pendleton better than what he was. He said it's beautiful. He said he looks one direction and he can see the ocean, and he looks the other direction and he can see the mountains in the distance. And he said it reminds him of Honduras. So I know that that's a happy thing for him. He said it's just so beautiful there. I've never been to California. I would love to go and see that area. The way he talks about it just sounds gorgeous. I know some of you that listen to me live in California. He's close to San Diego now. He was in San Diego at the depot, the recruiting depot. Marine recruit something. I don't remember the exact letters that go in there. But he's in Camp Pendleton, so he seems to be happy there. He said he doesn't think they're going to go back to where he was because some of the new recruits that came in had the virus. He said 10 of them tested positive, and they were being isolated. So he's not sure if they'll be going back to that camp or not. I don't think he'll mind if they do or not, since he likes it. Likes it better there. He's even said the food's better. I don't know if I already told you that or not, but I just remember him saying that. His days are busy. I know that. He says we go from doing all of the training and meals, and then training and meals, and then I guess bedtime. But he's doing great. I'm so proud of him. And I tell him that in every letter, how proud I am of him. And I don't, he said he probably is not going to get to take his 10-day leave after graduation because of what's going on, which, that's hard. But I know it's the best for him. I sure do miss his face. Seeing that big smile. I asked him, because he said that's what he gets in trouble for the most, is smiling. He always smiles, he said, and he's been through such a rough time in his life that he smiles, tries to stay positive and smile. They don't like it there. And I said, well, I hope you'll save a smile for me when I see you. And the last couple of letters, he's drawn me a picture. Just like he drew me a flower on the last one. It was so pretty. He told me, he said, I'm using my pens, I think it was, that I use for maps. He was using that to draw my flower. He did a good job. It was so pretty. He's such a good guy. Coming up May the 5th, his mom will have been gone for 2 years. She lost her battle to cancer 2 years ago. So I know that's a tough time. And I don't get to see Abby with that's his sister, his full-blooded sister. He has some half-sisters. I don't get to go see her like I want because of the stay at home and me having some problems with asthma. My husband is scared for me to get out and around other people unless, we have masks, gloves, whatever. And I don't want to have to ask her, okay, here, put this mask on before you come in and sit there and wear it. I'm just looking forward to seeing her again soon. We have really gotten close. And she's going to be 17 in May. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. They grow so fast. She was in 5th grade when she came, so I did not have her first year here to teach her English. And the teacher that had her didn't spend the time that I spend with the kids teaching them English. You need to do a lot of talking with those kids. Get them to speak and to help them to understand the words and that kind of thing. But she's doing okay. She's doing okay. She's been here now several years. They came here on a child abuse visa. Their stepmother beat them. So, and Isaac is looking forward to becoming a U.S. citizen after he gets out of the Marines. He just has to find out what he needs to do. I guess he takes a test. I'm really not sure how it is when they get out of the Marines, how they, if it's different than anything else or not. I really don't know. But he's looking forward to that. I'm just so proud of him. Anyway, I have, let's see, how long have I been yammering on here? 39 minutes. That's probably long enough. My nose is starting to run think I need to go take something for my runny nose. Don't want to be dripping onto my canvas here. But isn't this turning out to be beautiful? I'm loving it so much. Here, you can look at it upside down. How does it look upside down? It's just a beauty. Let me turn it back around. Let's see. Real quick. Take one last look at this baby. Turn you off. There we go. And there it is. Isn't it beautiful? I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. And that is all I think I'll have for today. Oh, okay. Well, you can see, I just love how the waves look crashing up against the shore. My husband is liking this one a lot too. So that's saying something. Even though he did get me stung by hornets, I still love them. That's been a long time ago. I guess I can get over that part now. Anyway, I'm going to go for now. You guys take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Stay in. Don't get out if you don't have to. Enjoy your diamond painting, your knitting, your crocheting, your cooking. I know some people like to bake. I think I'd like to come live with you. Anyway, you guys take care of yourselves. I love you so much. And remember to share your love, share your smiles, and share your kindness. We need to keep spreading that all around. Bye. Take care.